Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Collin. On this week's show, the sun is kind of bright. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
How's it going?
Going pretty good, I think. How are you?
Oh, well, it's interesting.
Oh,
No,
that does not sound great. Let's be.
It's okay. Things happen. Things don't happen.
No.
It's still rocking on. So that's what's important.
No.
No, it's okay.
These are not like overly positive words that you're saying like out loud currently.
Man.
Like not...
No, I mean it's one of those things where you just kind of wonder, you're like, okay, like what's going to happen next? Because that's what I want to know. So I can maybe prepare a little bit, just get ahead of things, because that'd be kind of nice to not.
Oh no, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong.
All gone very wrong. It has. But like I said, I keep telling Megan, like, so one of our clients, he is 84. And he and his wife are just the absolute sweetest people on the face of the earth. And I talk to him a couple times a week, and he'll tell me a lot of the same things, but it's fine. And one thing that he says, and it's good because I need this repetition of, he'll remark about how there was a manager, Jim. Again, this is 50 or 60 years ago at this point, but he'll say
how long ago was Jim?
Right. Jim was between 50 and 60 years ago. Because again, anyway, he'll say, because he talked about how it was one of his first jobs, and he was kind of just now getting into management and things like that, and he'll say, yeah, as Jim say, there's always something. He goes,
wow, I'm incredibly positive outlook old Jim had.
he said Jim would always say that, kind of like, because here my client would come running in and be like frustrated and like working on like, hey, we got to do this, and what about this, and this thing's happening, blah blah, and Jim would just go, yeah, there's always something. I kind of, as a way of like, if you come at everything with this much gusto and zeal, like you're not gonna make it till tomorrow.
That's true. That's fair.
Better calm down.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair assessment, right?
Like look, you can't run yourself like this for everything that happens, and it's really hard because I have a lot of things I want to say. And I really want to be worried.
Oh no.
Just let me worry. And so I've been trying to remind myself there's always something. And just things too of as we're on phrases that I say almost all of the time, things like it's not my fault, but it is my problem. This is I hate this phrase because it's so applicable just like on a daily basis. Of like, just, I mean, and it's little things like today. So every once a month, our local Chamber of Commerce hosts a chamber breakfast where you can come in and have breakfast and listen to the updates of the town, and see how things are going. And I like it. It helps us kind of see
it's not like the chamber dinner, is it? They don't invoice you for your.
No, you pay at the door. You pay at the door.
Lord. Okay, that's
right.
Better.
So we do think of like, okay, do we need to go to this? Do we not? It's like $10. So it's like, oh, okay, I'll just go do this and listen to the city update on stuff and the city planner, and I can listen to this business talk about this thing and this nonprofit and this kind of. And our state representative attends this, so that's nice. I feel like that's kind of fun to hear what he's got going on and things like that. So it does end up being somewhat productive. Well, Well, they have these aspects. These have these things called a marketing minute, where a business can sign up to stand up in front of everybody and talk about their business for 1 minute. We were contacted today about whether we wanted to do this or not, and they needed like an immediate answer. And so we were like, oh yeah, sure. Hey, and here's the thing. Here's the thing that you learn after a little while. Anytime anybody offers you anything, no matter what, you always ask, what do you need from me? You don't ask, do you need anything from me? You say, what do you need from me? Right. And so this morning we sent out, we're like, yeah, absolutely. We'll be there. Hey, what do you need from us? Because I don't know. Whatever. And the day goes on and I forget about this. And then at 4:30, they email and they say,
of course,
hey, if you want, we can show your website behind you while you're talking. And then most people who do this give away a door prize. See you tomorrow.
This is information I need before 4:30.
And I'm like, so now I'm like, it's 4:30.
Yeah.
Everything is closing and the breakfast is at 7:30 tomorrow. Like,
so luckily I have this tennis ball here that I can...
right. That's kind of what I was like. Megan's like, can we give them a gift certificate for us? And I was like, no, I said, this is all coming back to me. And like, they had mentioned that something about door prizes and local places. And so I was like, I don't know if that applies here or not. So then we start to think of like,
you're
okay,
a local place.
I'm a local place. But then I'm like, okay, but not everybody has a pet and whatever and blah, blah. And okay, I can't do all that. So I'm like, okay, let's think of a local place that we could give a gift certificate to. With the price of eating out, I'm like, well, I can't do it as a restaurant. And I don't want to go to like a supply store. And there's not a service here in town that I can do for $20. Because again, I don't want to spend a lot of money on this. So Megan's like, well, it's either coffee or dessert. And so at 4:35, I'm frantically calling all of the coffee places. And one of them I finally get through and I'm like, hey, I need to buy a gift certificate. And they say, awesome, we sell gift certificates. And Megan has the wonderful insight to ask, is it a physical gift certificate?
Ah, yes.
And they said, oh, no, just all you need to do is just give us the email of the person you want to send it to, and then we can send it to them. And I went,
like, what if I want a door prize?
Well, I said, what if I don't know who I'm sending it to? And there was a long pause. And they're like, well, we need an email. And so my thought was, okay, well, can I give you my email so you'll send it to me? And then could I then forward that on to the next person so that they can use it? And it was like this. No, I don't.
Like you should have mentioned the word "I need a door prize," and I would have been like, okay, no, sorry, I can't help you.
No, I cannot unless your door is your email inbox. I am out.
It's the door to the internet,
right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So I was like, okay, so I called another place and their phone line just is completely dead. Doesn't work at all. I called and they had 3 different numbers listed across the internets that I found. So I was like frantically calling those. I called this other place. I called a Froyo place and their number was completely disconnected. And then I was like, well, we can either buy a gift certificate to an arcade or this other coffee shop. And so Megan was like, coffee shop. So I called that coffee shop and they were like, yeah, we got gift certificates over here. And actually, before I even called them, Lillian came in and she goes, oh, they have those by the cash register. And I was like, I should have asked you before I called people.
I like how you spend so much time in coffee shops that your daughter knows the layout of all the stores. And they're like, oh yeah, it's over here. Come on. I think this is indicative of some sort of problem. Like I feel like
yeah. Anyway, enough about me. So now I'm like, I confirmed. It's like you guys close at 5, and like, yeah, we close at 5. And I'm like, I'm coming right now. Now, thankfully, our town is very small, so like And also, I live very close to this coffee shop, which is probably why my daughter knows the layout of the inside of this one.
I would imagine these two things are related. Yes.
Unknown correlations or whatever.
Indeed.
What did I see the other day? I saw a meme that said 100% of the people who misrepresent correlation and causation are dead. So there's that.
Wow.
I was like, oh, it's funny. It's funny. So we drove down and got our thing. But it was another, again, like, I didn't do this. I didn't wait till 4:30. But it is my problem to now solve this for tomorrow to make this happen. And I was very frustrated by this. And it's things like that that happen all the time where it's just like, I didn't do this. This wasn't me. Okay, well, we'll figure it out, right? And it's like, people.
See, this is where you and I differ dramatically in that, yeah, it's not my problem, and I'm not going to fix it for you. And that's really kind of where it stops, right? I'm just like spiteful enough where in a lot of situations, I'll just be like, oh, well. And Susan and I have disagreements about this a lot because she is very much in your camp of like, oh, well, I can solve this problem. And I'm like, it's not mine to solve.
Not mine.
If you're going to wait until after you close business to email me and give me, 12 hours of notice on things I need to do for you. Yeah, I'm not. It's too bad, so sad, right? It's tradition to give a gift. Sorry. I would loudly say in my speech something like, I was not notified in time to be able to do anything. So I'll catch you next time, Slick. Bam. Right?
Just
like,
just have to let me back up here next time. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like grumpy enough about things where I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't think so.
Or I could not. And
or could not. How about that? Like, I don't.
Megan and I really did. I mean, we stared at one another and we're just like, do we put in this effort or do we just try and roll with this and go, look, it's maybe not this time. We can't make it work this time. But we're also going, we want to be a good showing. We want to be a good sport and we want to, make sure things are. So we almost didn't do it. I will say we're very close to not doing it, but
I am surprised that you agreed solely on the terms of we need you to talk for only 1 minute.
Now, so
this is where I feel,
truth be told,
noted by I believe this is episode 235.
Yeah. Yes. So on that, I was like, I'm good at filling time. That's definitely true. So I have a script that or like bullet points. Like Megan and I are like, okay, well, so what we're trying to do is more of like, okay, we've got something to figure out. We're going to walk the neighborhood and we're going to talk about it. Now, I'm sure that this has freaked out our neighbors for like what they hear us talking about with the veracity of which we speak. So in that case, that's probably why our neighbors don't wave to us anymore, but that's fine. It's
you're wildly gesticulating each other while walking down the road. They're probably like,
pretty much. I can't believe. What are you doing? So, we did go for a walk and we were talking and walking, which is fine, except when we really need to like be paying attention to seconds. When you're out on a walk on a sidewalk, it's hard to do that when nobody's timing. So we like put all these ideas together and we like walk through this script of like we were bouncing up. Oh, now that we can say this. Oh, no, phrase it this way. And then like, okay, we'll say it this way. And so we got home and I wrote it all down and I read it and I was like, oh, this is 9.5 minutes long.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, how do I not?
Yeah. I will walk your dog so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Boom. Done.
So anyway,
actually, I wish. See, if you would have told me this earlier, what I would have done for you, right? I'll offer you this service next time. I will give all of your information to a 6th grader.
Oh,
sixth graders are notorious for writing as little as humanly possible at all times. And so we will get this condensed down immediately. and then it'll be no problem. It'll be like, bro, that was 37 seconds. Heck yeah, let's go.
And I will. What else? And I have been handed this to read for you today. So thank you for coming.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets.
Boom! Right. Boom. Done. Here
you go.
So it's going to be, so I'm trying to now thin this down and make it so that it's, because it is hard. I don't want to just get up there. We don't want to get up there and just talk about lists of what we do, because it's really boring. We wanted to try and tell a story.
I feel like the story should be why you do it, right?
Well, so
why you pursue this, why you continue to strive to be the best that you can be.
Yeah. Well, see, what my story that I wanted to tell them was the insurance story that our insurance talks about, of why it's important to have insurance and to use people who have insurance. I can't sell this under a minute, so it's impossible. But here's the story that they tell. This is an actual insurance claim. Ready? Actual insurance claim. Dog walker walking down the side of the street with a dog. Dog slips out of the harness and races across the street. Bystander reaches out to grab the dog. The dog turns, bites their hand. The person throws them and pushes the dog back out into the street. A car slams into the dog. Airbags deploy. So the insurance pays for the surgery on that person's hand, pays for the vet bills for the dog, which did survive, thankfully, pays for the new bumper. Oh, and by the way, that airbag that deployed for that car was for a neurosurgeon. And when the airbag deployed, he broke his hands and he sued for lost wages as a neurosurgeon.
Uh-oh.
In addition to the fees that it would take for his medical expenses. And so you're talking about, I think the ultimate payout was like over $5 million for this.
That's pretty crazy. Also, that whole story right there was definitely under a minute when you told it like that. So I timed you, just so you know.
Okay.
You don't have time for anything else, but
I didn't want to come out and be super negative about stuff, because that's not
fair.
Really fun. I wanted to be more positive, right? So tell a story about like how we actually help somebody.
Yeah.
But
true. It is kind of hard to do a 1-minute summary of your self, right? Especially because I imagine that most other people are just like mission statement, services, done.
Yeah.
And that's not really how your thing works, right? It's not really like
right. No.
Plus that's boring and no one wants that. So
exactly. So I have it's hard because I have to come up and I say, introduce myself, because we're still relatively new to going to these things. So I have to say who we are, I know our company, and then I'm going to say, let me just tell you what I'm going to say. And you can say this is more than a minute, but it's okay.
All right. So
workshopping this. I'm going to say, hi, this is Collin. My wife Megan and I run insert name of dog walking and pet sitting business here. Our mission is to help pet parents live their best life through every stage of life with their pet. I could tell you about our adventure hikes at the nearby trails, or our insurance coverages that protect you and your pets. I could tell you about our background checks and our wedding pet attendant services, but today I want to tell you about how we are helping local people here in town. One of our clients, her and her husband, were having increasingly busy and hectic days and really found it difficult to get back to their pups in the middle of the day to let them out for potty time and playtime. Even with the help of friends and family, they were looking for something way more reliable and consistent. So they reached out to us and we started doing visits 3 times a week during the middle of the day. But soon they found that those other 2 days we're just as busy and just as chaotic. So now we come over 5 days a week, every week, for intense playtime, snuggles, and enrichment. Now they never have to wonder if the care that they need is being taken care of because they can always see the day and time that we're coming over in our software. They also always get an alert when we arrive, and they get a full report with photos, video, and a description of the fun that we had. We are passionate pet people helping passionate pet people. Check us out on our website or on social media.
It's only like 1:10.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think I'm close.
It's not too bad, right? I think you're in there. Right, I think you're in there. So
I'm right. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to go with. I don't know, but I want to be trying to be positive. For that. So it's a little bit more law, and it's not quite as gotcha as the insurance. But that's right. That is one that I throw out there every now and then when people are talking. They're like, "Oh yeah, I used to do that." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Can I tell you what happened to this person up in the Northeast?" I'm
with this guy that I'm tangentially affiliated with.
Yeah, I'm fun at parties.
Yeah, man, so exciting and riveting.
It's yeah. So that's what I'm getting ready to do tomorrow, and we'll be off on our venture. Do stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
More prizes abound. Look at there.
Hey, quick Missouri State Fair update. Grandstand announcement.
I love a Missouri State Fair update.
Okay. So last time we found that, what was his name? Ian Munsick was coming up. Yep. Ian was the last announced. The one and only remaining date that they had to announce was for the grandstand was August 17th. And they haven't announced anybody yet. So they're
still waiting, playing games.
Waiting. This. Yeah. Yeah. So the Missouri State Fair grandstand watch continues.
Here we go. Okay. For 2024 State Fair.
2024 State Fair countdown.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. I can't do that. Sorry, that's copyright music. Oh no.
Legally distinct. Got him.
Oh my gosh. I was going through. Okay. I was where was I? Oh, I was in Lowe's. I was trying to find something and I found what I needed. So I went da, 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 da.
As one does. That's important.
It's done.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, that's what I do
now. I do that, or sometimes I will also do the Zelda chest opening music. They're like, da na na na. I do that to myself also. So don't. It's totally not weird. It's perfectly normal. Everyone does it. It's fine.
Yes. Yeah, I think I question the sanity of people who don't have celebratory music throughout their days. That's
why would you not have the Final Fantasy victory music just accompany you throughout the day? That's really important for your life.
I think that's probably one of the reasons that. Anyway, I'm just saying here. I'm just correlation causation. It's
yeah. I think it's a big deal. I think you should do that. I think.
Everybody needs more celebratory music.
Yeah. It's better if it's from random video games. That's the best part.
No, that's absolutely necessary. That way nobody knows what's going on. It's fine.
Yes.
Fine.
It is.
So what's happening in your neck of the woods?
Well, I had some very exciting not exciting, I guess, but my annoyance of the day, right, centers around everyone's favorite thing, user interface, right? So would you like to take a stab at what entity has just like a relatively horrible user interface that doesn't work properly, and it took me forever to get it to work on my computer today? And like I had to call a lady, and her response was, "Did you try clearing your browser cache?" I was like, "What? That's not an answer. What are you talking about?"
Oh, no. No. Oh gosh, I don't. I mean, I just
I mean, you're
finished filing
probably
my. I just finished
just.
filing taxes today, so that's what's on
Oh, there
my
you go.
mind. But
Oh, I already did that,
oh
so not that one.
gosh, no, I have no idea.
It's the ACT. It's really.
What? Why were what? What?
I am an A. I am the ACT room supervisor
Oh gosh,
for the upcoming test on Saturday.
that sounds utterly atrocious.
Well, yeah, but they pay for this.
Okay, well that
So
sounds less atrocious.
yeah, right. But the problem is the website that I was trying to get to work properly is the website where you sign up for them to pay you.
See for
It's like, bro, what the heck? Which weirdly is not connected at all to the site that you sign up for to do your training and the little ready things for giving the test. Right? That website is different. Right. And it has all the like stuff like the room information and all that stuff, right? Like the official day thing. There's like a separate place you have to go
Hmm.
to sign up for them to, provide you monetary compensation.
This is very bizarre.
It is. It is. It doesn't make very much sense. And the lady, the test coordinator lady, who's the counselor, she was like, "Well, I tried to do it for you, but apparently you have to like register with them." And I was like, "Well, I did for this thing." She's like, "No, you have to register somewhere else." And I was like, "That what? Why would you do that?"
So you had to go to a separate. See, there was one place to register, but that was not the place to register for this. You had to
Yes.
go.
Yeah. Like I had the other thing already done. I like signed up, right? Like assigned the thing that did all the stuff, read through all the thingies, right? Blah blah blah. Cool, no problem. And then it was just like I don't know what to do next. Like there was a few paragraphs about monetary compensation. Where's that that little
Oh,
important detail come in?
that's insane.
So that's a completely separate website, which I think my computer also got messed up because it both of the websites have like the ACT thing, and so like, well, like it was freaking out when I was trying to log into it because it kept trying to autofill this other password, which
Oh,
they're different for the two different things, right? It's completely separate. So like it's
this is hurting my brain in
so then
so many
so then
ways.
because the autofill for my work computer kept trying to do that with something else, then it was like I was like, well, I need to change the password. It's like, you cannot because there have been too many failed attempts. Please wait for 15 minutes. And I was like, bro, what in the heck? Like,
Oh my goodness,
because they're so not connected. It was like, oh, I'll just do
that's
this, blah. It's
that's
like, dude,
infuriating.
it was very infuriating.
Oh no, that's not okay on so many levels. So did you? So what did I mean? Did clearing the cache work? What did you do?
I mean, yeah. So no, it didn't work.
Okay.
Right. And so what I had to do, like, I don't know what was wrong with it, but like it kept giving me some sort of like bizarre error code about like the firewall or something. And I was just like,
Oh gosh.
what? What is this? And so I called the lady and she was like, okay. But you could tell she was just like, I have no
Why?
idea.
Oh,
So
what happened was is she went, oh, he called back. What am I doing?
no, I didn't call her back. I just
Oh.
like, I was like, huh, I wonder if this is like, I was like, I want to know, will it work if I do this on a different device?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Okay.
Did it on my iPad, and it was like, "Hello." I was like, "What in the heck, man?
That's
What's going on?"
weird.
It was like terrible. Like I don't know what sort of weird thing they have, but they were like, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna." The lady was like, "Oh," she sent me a thing. She's like, "Oh, use this link to go to the thing," and I clicked on it, and it was like, no. I was like, that didn't work. And she was like, okay, try this one. And I got on there and I opened it and I did a thing and I hit a button and then it was like, also no. Like,
Also
what?
no.
What the heck? But it was like a different no than the first no.
Oh, okay.
Which was real confusing. Right.
Yeah.
My computer/internet connection was telling me no in two different and exciting ways. And so I was like, what is going on? What's happening? Why is this doing this? I don't understand.
That's crazy.
It was so weird.
So you had to finish it on your iPad.
Yeah.
Then, right.
I just like, what if I do it on here? And it was just like, aha, enter your information now. I was like, I hate you. This is that it makes no sense that it would work on not work on my desktop, but work on my iPad, which uses the same internet connection.
Yeah. Unless it's doing something weird to block something there. I don't know.
I don't know. It was really strange. I was just like, what in the heck?
Yeah. Doesn't make sense. Huh. Okay. So you got taken care of and you didn't throw your iPad out the window or your computer out the window?
Almost. But no, I got it. I was just like, what the heck, man? What is wrong with this thing? I don't understand.
No, that doesn't make any sense. Why
it was so weird.
Sorry.
So yes. Other than that, that was my big excitement for today. Just being like, what is going on with this bizarro world thing? The rest of this week has been just very exercise in like patience because my children are absolutely insane currently.
Oh
like,
no.
I don't know if eclipses make middle schoolers nuts, perhaps. I'm not really sure.
How'd the eclipse go? How was that for you guys? Did you
it was actually pretty cool. Like it was really close to almost gone. Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was bizarro. Like it was neat. And so we did get to go out and see it. The school did buy us glasses, right?
Oh.
They got us a bunch of glasses, which was cool. I thought about you because they prominently right on the front of the glasses, it says Texas Tech, just right blam on the
What?
So I don't know where they got these, but they were brought to you in part by the Red Raiders. So
nice. Okay, well.
So that was cool. We had a little spot. We went outside. We did the safety briefing, blah, blah. Don't look at the sun, you numpties. Right? Like,
that's, I was thinking about that because our kids got to go out and see them as well. And the whole time I was like, oh my gosh, how terrifying. Like, you have all these kids out there. They're like, okay, stare at the sun, but only in this way. And like, how, like, that would just, then I was like, oh, I'm really concerned.
Yeah, I don't know. So it was fine. Okay. Everything was fine. We did it.
Good.
But it was really good. It was actually really close. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be in our area. I guess we were a lot closer to what's the phrase? The path of totality than like normal, right? Sure. So it was really good. It was like just a little sliver crescent, right? And the kids were kind of like, whoa, there's so little left and it's so bright outside. I was like, yeah, sun. It's kind of bright, right? Who knew? Surprise. But it did get dark. It did get pretty dark here. Yeah. Like I was sitting there eating lunch, which was a little bit before we were going outside. And, it started kind of early. So I was like looking at it. I could kind of watch it start with the glasses, like out my window when the kids were gone. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden I'm eating my lunch and I just sort of looked around. I was like, kind of dark in here. Like, what the like, whoa. Like all of a sudden it's like, oh man. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Hey, there we go.
Yeah, I saw some photos coming out of Cape Girardeau. I know that apparently that was like the hot spot to go to see this. But it was like because that was in the almost up 100% or whatever, and it was like 4 minutes of like darkness. And I was like,
yeah. Oh, we watched I also pulled up the NASA live stream.
Oh, cool.
right? So like after our little part was done, we came back inside, right? The rest of the afternoon, we sort of talked about eclipses, talked about like historical like significances, right? Like, you know, that one time where the Greeks were like, oh, we can't go anywhere now. There's an eclipse. It's a bad omen. And then the opposing navy like thwarted them and defeated them. The Sicilian army or whatever. It's like, gotcha, suckers.
Or when the Fire Nation attacked during the eclipse.
Oh yeah, you know, we didn't bring that up.
Sorry. Okay, fine.
Yeah, probably because there is no war in Bossing, say, right? Obviously. So
no,
we just
obviously. Yeah, I'm adding that reference.
There you go. But yeah, so we watched the live stream too, and we saw that. Did you see the picture from the space station?
Yes,
right. That was so cool.
That was
like the big giant black like
dot.
shadow just right there. That was pretty sweet. I like
that. Was
cool.
Yeah, that was one of those things where it took my brain like because I'm going like, oh right, that's what that like. It's the shadow like, and it reminded me all that time when we were back out wherever that was in Arizona. Was that in Arizona?
Oh,
where
yeah.
The guy was like, what are those shadows out there? What's those dark spots? And the guy was like,
shadows,
cloud shadows. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, that's true. That was hilarious. But also, it kind of makes sense now, like when you think about it now, because like when you are in Arizona, you can see so stupidly far because it's empty and full of nothing. That like, if the clouds cast shadows on the trees and hills and valleys of Missouri, you would never see it. So
no. And to then take that on such a scale to the International Space Station,
the whole state of Illinois, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was because it looked so fake and photoshopped at first, and it was going, oh no, that's the shadow. That's insane. Anyway, it was that was pretty. That was wild.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. So yeah, we watched that. We saw some of they had some broadcasts of some of the other places, and then you got to see like how dark it was outside. Right.
Yeah.
They had some like other pictures of like the telescope pictures of the eclipse, so you could see like the coronal stuff, you know. So that was pretty cool. So we got to talk about that.
And all the it was cool to see the shadows, the crescent shadows of like the leaves.
Oh yeah,
did you see those coming out stuff? Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, those are wild. Like what the heck?
Again, like, is that real? Like, because then it's going, okay, I keep saying that phrase, but if I'm having that response in 2024, could you imagine what people 500 years ago would have thought when this was happening? Right? Like, this is blowing my mind now. Of course they would think the world was ending. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like, we talked about that a little bit, right? Like, you know, like we knew there was stuff up there. We didn't know like how it worked exactly, right? Like I talked about that with the kids when we came back inside. I was like, we knew that there was the moon and the sun, but we weren't sure like how everything related to each other, right? That was not a thing until like much, much later. So we're talking about like ancient Greece. They're like, yes, there is a moon. How does it move? It moves. Like, you know, so like there's a lot of like really bizarre things happening there that you're like, what? Like even that you know how it works, like comprehending how it works is a different thing, and it's like brain melting sometimes almost, right? It's just like, what the heck?
Oh no, absolutely. Like it really is I know this, but again, it's thinking about to the scale that it's happening and how these things are related, and now it's impacting this and over this and that, not this and this. It just the whole thing is it's insane. It was really neat to see and to think about and to have people from going, yeah, let's all take a moment together and let's forget about all the terribleness going on in the world right now and focus on not burning out my retinas.
Yeah, it's important. I was gonna say, oh right, the other thing that was really cool is after we were done, right after we came back inside, they did collect all of the glasses back, right? So they picked them all back up from all the kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there is going to be like another big eclipse in the southern hemisphere in like August or something.
Oh.
And so our school is sending all of our glasses to some school in South America so they can use them for the eclipse.
Oh, well, that's cool.
I thought that was kind of rad. I was like, that's a smart. I don't know how they picked one or how they partnered this, or I don't know the logistics behind this at all, but I thought that was a pretty sweet idea. Right. And it's like, hey, looky there.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a
So that's
really neat idea because they're, the kids' glasses. We just have one pair, and because they were sharing it between the classrooms, and they were like, it was reading. I was like, oh, right, these go bad after 3 years.
Yeah.
When am I going to use these next? Like, I'm not just going to go out and I know
not just randomly like, yes, got it.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, no, that's cool. That's
I thought that was a very cool thing to do.
Yeah, to not let those go to waste or get thrown away.
Yeah, definitely not thrown away because they're too cool for that. So, but I thought that was a neat thing to do. Pass them on to somewhere new, somewhere interesting, somewhere, so that's pretty much, there's a big excitement of my week. My kids are slightly insane. Eclipse related? Maybe just end of year related? Probably, but whatever. So yeah. And then apparently I will report to you how the ACT goes, but that's this Saturday. So I'm gonna go stand in a room and stare at people. Yeah, that's gonna be
Well, that'll be fun.
I mean, it'll be something, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, what's gonna be the worst that could happen?
So yeah, that's pretty much all I got going on.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
I do have another. I forgot till just right now. There is an important upcoming event apparently in the town. Right. There is going to be the opening of a Salvadorian bakery. Yes. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I asked some of my children and they were like, you need to go right now. And I was like, okay, all right. Okay. Well, so I've been talking to some of my kids because some of them have like relatives or a parent that is from El Salvador. So like there's some sort of family and they're opening up a bakery in a couple weeks. So we're putting this on the schedule. There will be a review coming.
That's
of miscellaneous things.
That's amazing.
Well, I'm incredibly excited about this.
Well,
right?
Yeah,
like
if you weren't, I'd be worried about you. That sounds so cool.
Yes. So that's the other exciting upcoming news I have. So I've been looking at some stuff, talking to a couple of my kids, and they're like, "Oh no, you need to make sure you need to find this. You need to see if they have this." I was like, "Okay, good, yes, I need to."
Yeah, you need to, I mean, you need to do your pre-opening order wish list and just start sliding that underneath the door for them.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what do I need
and this
here?
and this.
So they have like, according to their Facebook page, there's some like very traditional Salvadorian things, and then there's also just some like cookie things that they're making. And this is just like a big hard yes. Like some of them look like insane. I may have to brush my teeth a little extra. There's gonna be like,
of course, you got to. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the other upcoming news. Upcoming excitement. potentially. So we'll look forward to that review in a couple weeks. It's not going to be next week, but it's going to be in a few weeks. There'll be an opening of some sort of bakery. And
some sort of bakery.
I think I know where it is. The sign's not out yet, but I'm pretty sure I know what road it's on. And so I've lived here for like ever. And still, like when someone tells me a street name, I'm like, huh. I wonder where that is. Right.
Oh gosh. Oh,
there's a few that I know, like for sure. But like, and this is on one of those. But like, there's a lot of other streets. I'm like, I have no idea where that's at. I don't
have any clue.
So bad.
It's really.
I mean,
bad.
I don't really drive on like the major road. Like, I only drive on like the main roads or like the highway. So like, whenever someone just throws off some other random street name, I'm like, even like places where I kind of know where they are, like downtown, right? Like remembering what's on 4th Street and what's on 6th Street. I'm like, I don't know. Like it's a little fuzzy. Like I know kind of where it's at, but which street is that exactly? I don't know.
Oh. Isn't it? Yeah, it is sad because I get so lost and confused when I'm thinking about stuff at that level of just going, oh yeah, what is that on 4th or 5th, or is that on East, or is that on West? If I look at a map, I can immediately tell you. But me just trying to spitball things, I'm like, I have no idea. Let's whatever.
Yeah, there is a part of my brain that like defaults to like Mimi, and I'm like, yeah, it's by the one place where that one thing used to be. Oh no, not helpful relative directions.
No, I understand now.
I mean, at least I don't give. Susan's mom gives directions. She'll like look at me dead in the eye, and she'll be like, it's by so and so's house, and I'm like, I have no idea who that is. Right? That was a person that lived there 50 years ago in a place that I've never seen, by a person I've never heard of. Like,
right.
What?
I don't.
I don't know.
I feel like you have a lot of.
You remember, I'm not from here, right? Like, she just assumes that I have also lived here like my entire life. No, false. She's like memes used to, but like at least I recognize those people's names, right? Like Susan's mom does the same thing, and I'm like, I have absolutely zero idea about who you're speaking about.
Makes it hard to find places when you're like,
yeah,
that,
it's like
right?
Somebody she went to high school with. I'm like, no, I don't. No, I have no idea. Like some conversation's really awkward. I'm just like staring at her like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what?
I don't know about this, but okay. Huh.
So yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I very much look forward to a report on that.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
I think that's really
good. Oh yeah. I did more things. Man, look at this. I keep forgetting all the things I did this week.
Okay.
I also did. Well, I told you. I'll just briefly. We went to a baby shower, right? Last weekend.
Yeah.
Right. And this is, of course, the first time I've ever been to a baby shower for like some of our like Hispanic friends, right?
Okay.
And so Susan has just we left, and she goes, man, Mexican baby showers are way cooler. Because it's just like they rented out this big room, and it was just full of tables, and like everybody just like sits down, and there's just like a ton of food, and then you just like leave later. That's it. That's nothing. There's no like.
That's amazing.
It was great. It was great though. Like, it was really funny. And my favorite part about events like this, right? Mm-hmm. There's this really important like cross-cultural thing that happens, right? this is like a universal dad thing, right? Where you'll watch people like it happens all the time at these parties, but it's like a thing that it's like white dads do this too, right? You just like see somebody from across the room and you walk over there and they walk up behind him in the seat and they just like smack him on the shoulder and do that thing. And then they start talking really loud at him. This is a universal.
Oh.
There's like, hey, whack, and like just start talking.
That's good to know.
That's
at
good.
least,
yeah, right. Yeah, crossing the cultural barrier, but yeah, the person was like they were a student at school, right, and then a few years ago they worked there for a little bit, and then like I've had a bunch of his siblings in class and stuff, so like we know him pretty well, and so they invited us to the baby shower, which was pretty cool. So got to go hang out for a little bit, saw a bunch of people, talked to a bunch of people. You know, it was good. We were sitting at a table. These things are also like they just like sit somewhere, and they're just like these huge tables, and you just sit with like random people who you have no idea, right? And so we're sitting by this other family, and they're getting ready to leave, and we were talking. We were talking to the lady, and it actually turns out that the lady that we were sitting by was one of the people that was one of the dancers at the cultural festival thing that we had at school.
Oh, cool.
Because she was like, "Oh, did you go to the thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, we were there." I pointed at Susan. I was like, "She helped put it on." She's like, "Oh yeah, I was in the dancing thing." We're like, "Oh, bro, that's all right." We talked to her about the dancing thing for a little bit, but we were sitting there, and like she goes, "My husband wants to know if you guys are teachers." We're like, "Yes." And she was like, "Yeah, he wondered because like 7,000 people came up to say hi to you, and like most of them were kids." I was like, "Yep, busted."
Yeah,
found out. He's very wise.
Giveaway.
Tony, he's a good job.
Sorry. Can't hide it. You're not gonna hide that. Like, kind of called out on that.
This is really funny.
There's no other reason all of these people should be saying hi to you. I'm a bit
like, why do you also know everyone here? What's going on? Like,
yeah, you're not related.
Yeah, because they were like, these people were like cousins, right?
Yeah,
so they were there. It was like, it was just really funny. And then she was like, he thinks you're teachers. Like, yes, actually, very, very good. He's very, very astute, very wise. There you go.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, but then that's that thing. That's that picture I sent you. She was just like, "Oh, let me send you home with a little food."
Oh right.
The heaviest to-go box ever. It was great. It was absolutely fantastic. So I was.
Yeah, I was surprised that they managed to fit that much food in there. That thing that was insane.
It's important to know that is not one of those boxes that has dividers in it.
Okay.
So there's even more room inside. It's just the one that's just the box.
Gotcha.
I was telling Susan too, because she was like asking me all night, like, "Are you okay? Are you feeling okay?" Because I ate a whole bunch of food while I was there. Right.
Oh no.
But I was fine, right? It was
okay.
Fine. But I told her, I was like, "Look, there's certain rules in life. And if a Hispanic lady asks you if you need more food, the answer is yes. Like you have to say yes. Like it's very right. they say, "Oh, you need more to eat." You don't disagree with them. You say, "Oh yeah, sure, thank you." Right? It's rude. I told her. She was like, "You don't have to say yes." I was like, "I think you do. I think it's in the. I think it's written down. I think it's written down somewhere. I think that's what you have to say." Right? That's important. Okay, can't just say no to.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but also,
yeah. I think it's a law, right? I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. So that's the other thing that we did this week. We went to a baby shower, which is weird, and it was weird too because she said like, again, I don't go to any other baby showers, right? And she was like, "There's more," because this is like whole families just come, right? And everyone just hangs out, talks for a while, have cake, they eat a bunch of food apparently. And she's like, "It's really nice that like it's not just women in a room. Like it's very like everybody's here, kids are here, families here, dads are here, everybody.
Yeah.
Like the whole community just shows up. Ta-da! Here's things. Happy baby or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's really fun.
Oh, well, that's
really cool.
nice. And you were a lot busier than you originally let on.
Yeah, I did more things than I thought I did, right? Look at there. I forgot about that. I forgot forgot about preparing for bakeries, right? That's important. So, yes. I think now I'm done. I think that's all the things.
Oh. Well,
it's all right. There you go.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice.
Excuse me.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just had. I was going to share. I don't know how much time we have going. Kind of a little long. I'll do this kind of quick. I think. I wanted to share about the thing coming up in our town that is getting people rather hot and bothered.
Oh no, not hot and bothered. Oh no, I was not expecting this.
Hot and bothered by
oh my.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Everyone is aware of Woodstock that happened in when did Woodstock happen? 69? Okay, yeah, 69.
95 and then 99. So and then they're like, this is a terrible idea. We should stop doing that.
Yeah. No, this is in largely considered the height of the Summer of Love. What very few people know about is that in 1974, a music festival was held in my town.
I did not know this.
Called the Ozark Music Festival.
I was unaware.
If you say this phrase, locals' eyes will twitch and they will begin cavorting, having this like this visceral response to this.
They like grip their overalls and adjust them fervently.
Well, like this is because originally pitched, they assured the state fairgrounds that only 50,000 tickets would be sold. Only 50,000. It was just going to be a 3-day music festival. Music was
how much money that was going to make them. And they're like,
no,
it was more though.
Well, right. So they, it was supposed to be a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday 3-day music festival. Well, the Monday of that week, people started to arrive in town. Okay. Just to put this in perspective, currently, this town has 21,000 people in it. And we're back in the 1970s. Very small town. People start to arrive. And they start to arrive all week long. Many of them hitchhiked on their way in or took a bus, thinking that there was campgrounds around that they could just go and camp at. No such thing. No. They begin living on the streets, breaking into people's sheds, living in fields for the farmers nearby. And this whole crowd swelled over the course of 3 days to, some people are estimating, over 350,000 people. Over the course of 3 days. Okay. Yes.
Was that 5 times the advertised amount?
Yes.
Like, what the heck?
Yes. And you may be thinking, like, who came and played? I'm going to give you a few of these people. Aerosmith, Blue Oyster Cult, Eagles, America, Ted Nugent.
This was right at the height of America, wasn't it?
Leonard Skinnard, Charles Daniels Band, Joe Walsh, Bill Quartermain, some band named Babe Ruth, these weird people named REO Speedwagon.
Yes!
Which is why, let's be perfectly honest, this year is the 50th anniversary of this. They need to be back. All I'm saying, REO Speedwagon,
All right, we
Come
need
on.
to message them. Listen,
Come on. 50 years. Bob Seger was there. This got
and the Silver Bullet Band. There we go.
The Silver Bullet Band. It got so out of hand that because then this swelled. There was no support. There was no infrastructure for this. People will talk about how they found and drugs were terrible. Okay, so 70s, it was terrible. Oh, by the way, it was also it was also well over 100 degrees at this time. And
so it smelled lovely.
Smelled lovely. Yeah, with well over 100,000 people cramming just in the stadium to see bands play at times. It was so bad that and so wretched. I mean, the number of things going on in the town, like it was really bad for the town. It was so bad that before they could come in and start cleaning up, grounds crews drove with bulldozers to scrape off the top layer of dirt to just throw away for the drug paraphernalia, the stuff. Then they drove back through and sprayed everything with lime to disinfect everything because it was absolutely atrocious. It was also so bad. It was also so bad that as people left, Interstate 70 was clogged with people trying to escape and evacuate, basically, and they were like sleeping at rest stops and taking over like as they dispersed to go other places.
Oh my God.
6 day after it was okay, this people just showed they just wanted a summer of love, man, and then this thing happened and it was a bomb that went off in town. The Missouri Senate came in and did an on the ground subcommittee investigation to figure out what went wrong at this festival. Their exact quote was the scene on the grounds at Sedalia made the degradation of Sodom and Gomorrah appear to be rather mild. It was also where the Division of Drug and Crime Control was established for the state.
Oh my goodness.
And the city outlawed rock concerts. Period. Point blank.
Wow. There we go. Very visceral response to a problem too. Look at that. Jeez.
And so, as we approach the 50th anniversary, what better way to relive this than by having another festival here in town?
Obviously.
That's what you got to do. Here we get to a rub. And this is fantastic. This is where the juice gets going because there are locals who want this to take place. And then there are some people who aren't from here that also want this to take place because we're a small town. So we have ourselves and others, right? This is how we divide.
Obviously, that is how
one must do this,
ladies and gentlemen, right? That's definitely how it's worked.
So the people who are not born and raised here decided they wanted to do this festival. They called it the Ozark Music Festival. They started going down. Well, it turns out a local person has all of the copyrights to the name Ozark Music Festival.
Of course.
And when he found out about this, became enraged, slapped them with lawsuits, took this all down, cease and desist. You may not move forward with this. I'm going to do my own music festival. You're not allowed to do this. I won't tolerate this. So,
I figured he had the copyright so that nobody could do it. It was no, I'm going to sit on this like a dragon and never.
No, he decided he was going to act and put together his own music festival. So the other place, the original, the
dueling music festivals.
I'm not going to say the original one, but the people who had the idea were trying to push this and bring it to light. They had to change their name to the Mozark Fest, right? Because Mozarkite is whatever, it's a rock here in the area. They had to call theirs the Mozark Fest, and I'm pushing it and promoting it. And this other guy has the Ozark Music Festival.
Totally not confusing at all.
Totally not. Totally both have the exact same purpose of bringing music back, celebrating this. but there's no overlap, and there's so much animosity between these people.
Oh my
And they're
goodness, this is ridiculous.
they're also both kind of around the same time. Also, and and I'm just like, oh, this is so funny to watch. Like both people trying to do this thing, and but both people also being unwilling to be helpful to one another and all this stuff. And one definitely has a like let's have a concert, and the other ones are like, let's relive the 70s kind of feel. And
I mean, maybe not that one.
But it's the other what I failed to mention is this cleanup. Sorry, I'm just the amount of destruction.
Go on. This is
amount
fantastic.
Of destruction that went on to this. It's hard to fathom, because in 1974 they spent like $35,000 cleaning up this concert. Okay. In modern,
holy cow, that's a lot of $1974.
Yeah, that's like $240,000 today of like cleaning up the disinfectant, the just pitching of stuff, right, to get rid of it and replacing and repairing. And it really deeply scarred the community. And so for me, it's hilarious that now people are trying to bring not just one back, but two to a community that is still 50 years later not okay with this.
It's hilarious is what it is. The real question is, which one of them will get REO Speedwagon? That's the real.
Well, see, here's the
real important thing here.
If they're coming back, if as we project they are coming back to do the fair, are they going to come back around to do a concert like that? Like, I don't know if you could get them to come back to the same little town twice in a year.
That's true. That is true.
So it's very, very funny, and I love watching this and reading the history of all of these things, and it just makes me giggle.
That is
look up
funny. Holy cow, that's a good.
Look up the Ozark Music Festival and be prepared. Don't do that. I will say, don't do that on a school computer. Just do that at home.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, it pulls it up 2024. So there you go. Oh my gosh. Wikipedia article. Here we come. There it goes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So,
man.
Yeah, that's good. But anyway, so yeah, keep an eye on that, people.
Yeah, upcoming development. What is on the 2024 lineup? Who is it going to be? Do they have anybody booked for the 2024 one, or is it just like an idea only at this time?
One of them has people and bands booked. One of them is not. It's hard to get that information, I'll say. So unknown.
Indeed. Well, all right. Keep an eye on that one. That's what
we are looking for. The Missouri State Fairgrounds, August 17th, which we all know is REO Speedwagon, so it's really not even that much more of a
true.
I mean, I got this. And also, what's going to happen with these two? Because I don't know. It's going to be great.
That's definitely interesting. Like, man, I don't know. Oh, that's hilarious.
So with that, I think I can leave you with a haiku from last year.
Beautiful.
Okay. Here I have. Under starry skies, luxury meets wild embrace. Nature tamed still thrives. Glamping. It's glamping, people.
I like it. Oh, that's oh man.
So
that's
there you
good.
go.
I like it.
Yep. You're welcome. So lots to look forward to. Lots of things coming up. We'll tackle all those in turn.
All right.
Okay. Very good. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.